Okay.
Now the review part.
Review. So, oh my God, she's rushing to the review and she has a lot to say. That's good. Okay.
I don't have a lot to say.
Actually, I'm gonna throw a little curveball. Things that you don't like about this game.
I don't like the score marker. It goes all over the place. Like
That's
you
good.
just accidentally hit it, and it's like, oh,
So
where
true.
was I? And it's really annoying.
If these were recessed boards,
Yeah, that would be amazing. So that's probably.
that also kind of happens with these too, though. Like when you try to when you're taking tiles from your board like that, sometimes you hit these and it just screws up the whole thing. You're like, oh my God.
Yeah, it would be.
It's actually called, if you want to know, in the board game thing, it's called fiddly.
Fiddly.
It's fiddly. I think that's what it means. People said that all the time. I looked it up one time. I think it was fiddly.
Yeah, there'd be a lot more satisfaction and.
If it was recessed.
If it was all recessed and you could just put them in there and they stayed beautiful and neat, that would just.
I was gonna say I felt like this game cost nothing to make and like manufacture, but I bet with these it actually did. These are pretty nice. These are quality. So really, a recessed board would have probably taken a lot more. But ultimately, I mean, this is pretty thick. It's pretty thick cardboard. They probably could have just put a little divot in there, and we would have had if it would have been recessed. Oh my, this game would be honestly probably perfect.
Yeah, it would be perfect for sure.
So anyway, so that's good. That's actually really good. I'm glad you said that. Something that I don't like about this game is that for some reason the point scoring is, I think it's very intuitive, but apparently it's hard to teach. So I don't think they could have done it better. It's just something that I don't like teaching because people are like confused and it almost turns them off for a minute because they're like, yeah, this makes no sense. I'm like, dude, it's so simple. But you know, after you play a couple times, it really doesn't matter. Wow. Okay.
This is an amazing game.
I dug for that one. Like I dug for that negative. So
I love playing this game because it's so beautiful and it just feels good in your hands. Yeah. And I might be dating myself when I say this, but do you know if you know what Choxies are?
Choxies?
He didn't know.
I've never heard of that.
So Choxie were like the little chocolates, and I loved watching their advertisement, Choxie, and it was like really. I never had the actual chocolates.
That's vintage, baby.
These look like Choxie chocolates, and so it makes it more fun.
A little nostalgia. Nostalgia.
Yeah, it makes it more fun to do. I also think that this is a perfect date night game. No. If you're nice about it. Yeah. I mean, I'm saying like if you're on like a first date or you're just getting to know someone instead of going to the movies and sitting next to them and not being able to talk, you can play this game. It's simple. It's easy to do. You can take it anywhere. I think it's very mobile. You can play it outside. These things aren't going to fly away very easily. So if you want to do a picnic and then a board game, that's perfect. And it's really small games, so you could play at a cafe, coffee shop, whatever. If you don't like people coming over to your house or whatever during your first couple dates.
Yeah.
If you're modest in that area. But yeah, I think and I like playing, this is a really good 2-player game and it's a good 4-player game. So there's not really, typically I just like 2-player games. I'm not big on adding more people, but with this game, I don't mind adding. Yeah, I just like it.
It's good. That was really
Beautiful.
Good. I honestly, I think she's pretty much said everything, but I will say that the setup time for this game is something I love. Like, I'm honest, I come in here sometimes with all these board games and I'm like, and we're like, hey, you want to play a game? It's late at night. We just put the kids down. We're both tired. And I'm just like, I want to play these so bad. And I see Azul and I'm like, done. Say no more, because it takes literally, guys, less than 1 minute to set up. 1 minute. You do not find that in board games. Even Settlers of Catan, which is like super elegant and very simple, you do not, the setup time still takes a while. This game offers maybe not as much strategic depth as Catan, but like it offers a ton of strategy. Like you really have to think, and it's deep, man. It's a really deep strategy for a 1 minute setup time. That is so rare. You just don't find that.
And it's satisfying.
It's very satisfying, yeah. Like
when you make those rows, you're like, yeah, I got my point.
Yep.
And so it's
when you make somebody take like 5 tiles that they have to put on the bottom of their board.
Annoying.
But yeah.
It's an emotional game. It's an emotional roller coaster.
I was gonna say that. Like this game invokes emotion unlike almost any other game we have. The only reason other games invoke this much emotion is because you spend like an hour and a half playing and then you like lose because of something stupid or somebody just overtakes you and you're like, are you kidding me? But like this game invokes that same sense of emotion with only like a 15 to 30 minute playtime. Like we play some games and I think the first game we played was like 15 minutes. some games are like 30 minutes depending on if you end the game or not, if you want to just get as many points. But yeah, and so again, the tactile, these are incredibly, they feel good. They really do. You're just sitting here just kind of like, don't, look.
You just play with them.
I'm going to be honest. A lot of people, look, don't let people that you don't like trust in here in this bag, because people will sit here and kind of just like,
just play with them.
Just fondle a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't like it, man. Just hear them clacking around. Yeah, it's kind of gross when other people reach in the bag, but yeah, like just, you know, someone you love, but.
And again, you can take this anywhere, so we'll play it on the floor, and it's not something that you have to sprawl out, and it's gonna hurt your back sitting and playing. You can play it on the floor, on table, anywhere.
I don't think I've ever suggested it's Azul, and you've said no.
No, I haven't.
Like I'm just like Azul tonight. She's like, all right, might as well. You know, takes like 3 minutes. I actually, guys, one thing I do like I said, I didn't like the scoring because of new people, but for me, I actually love the way it's scored. I think it makes so much sense, and this is one of the few games where I cannot find something to improve.
Except for the board.
Except for the board, except for the board. But as far as gameplay, like I could not think of a better game that is super simple and
for anybody.
For anybody. You're right. Like heavy gamers can play because we like heavy games more more commonly than other like lighter games. And we love this. We absolutely love it. And yeah, so again, the date night thing is legit. So there are some themes like farming. I'd feel weird if she was coming over. I was like, hey, like, you know, I have to talk about farming, like gathering crops, and it's just gonna be weird. But like,
and girls will love to play this because the pieces are so beautiful. You know, they're gonna be like,
dudes love to play this because they're beautiful. My golly. So, yeah, there's really nobody. I think it's for everybody. So that's Azul, guys. I think we've covered everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you guys enjoyed the conversation, the energy. And we're trying to bring a new vibe to the board game industry, just change the energy a little bit, bring a little bit more personality. Not saying that there's not personality out there. There's a lot of good reviewers, a lot of good content creators, but in general, I think that there could be a little more flair. So we're trying to, you know, just make something that's, you know, relaxed, a good, relaxing thing, but also energetic at the same time, if that makes any sense. So just, you know what I mean? Like good conversation, but still just a vibe. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. We will see you next time on our next game time. So, all right, guys, later.